Not a lot of drama at the top of the 2009 draft since the Lions made their first pick on Friday, but there was plenty of it in the top 10. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz and Clark Judge. Glad to be with you here talking about the top 10 of the 2009 NFL Draft outside Radio City Music Hall. And Clark, the biggest question I think coming in after the Lions took Matt Stafford was where would Mark Sanchez go? And the Jets traded up from 17 to 5 to do it. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, once he cleared Seattle at 4, somebody was going to go get him. I thought it was going to be at Jacksonville at 8, but give the Jets credit because I think Washington was interested and Denver was interested. They made the move. They put together a package. I like teams that have a conviction about a player. They put together a package to go get this guy. He's going to be a hit here in New York. I'm going to tell you, it's a position of need. They need a quarterback, but these people are going to love him.
Yeah, they absolutely are. He's got that Broadway quality to him, and, of course, the look of quarterback in New York as well. But, Clark, when you talk about what they gave up, and, of course, Eric Mangini, the new head coach of the Browns, knows the players from the Jets. He got 3 of those former players, including Brett Ratliff, the quarterback. What does that say to you about what he wants to do in Cleveland?
Well, it tells me that he wants to shake up the quarterbacks. I mean, one of those guys, talking about Derek Anderson or Brady Quinn's in trouble because if he wanted Ratliff included in the deal, it means he has a conviction about him, too. Like the other players, I think they're going to shake things up in Cleveland. But, you know, all things considered, I think they got off okay.
Let's go back up towards the top of the draft here. Number 3, Tyson Jackson. Really shook things up as well. Obviously, Mark Sanchez was the biggest headline of the top 5, but Tyson Jackson going 3 to Kansas City.
Yeah, you can say that's a reach, but, you know, Scott Pioli knows what he's doing, and those people in New England, they love guys who fit that 3-4 defense, and he's a perfect fit. The defensive end holds up well against the tackles. I think it's a good pick for them. I thought Curry was a better pick because Curry's at the top of most boards, but they didn't like Curry. They didn't want to pay the big bucks to a Sam linebacker who's not going to rush the quarterback. They go after Tyson Jackson, became a popular guy.
What is Seattle getting with Aaron Curry?
Bulletproof guy. He's the safest pick in this draft. I mean, he'll be good on the field, great off the field. They had Julian Peterson there. He's gone. It's a great Sam linebacker. They're loaded at linebacker.
All right, how about more drama? We always get some from Oakland. You knew they were going to take a kicker. Sebastian Janikowski wasn't here, but they did go for a wide receiver. It just wasn't the one that most people thought. Darius Hayward-Bay from Maryland. A lot of people had him in the 20s, maybe falling all the way towards the end of the first round. He goes 7 to the Raiders. Way too high?
Well, it depends. We'll have to see. But, I mean, it was on my board. You look at wide receiver, Crabtree's the first guy. Macklin's the second. Probably Harvin's the third. Now you're looking at Hayward-Bay, who's probably going somewhere in the 20s. What does he have? Speed. What do the Raiders want? Speed. They need someone for the vertical passing game. They're rolling the dice a little bit on this guy, but there are a lot of people thinking 1 to 2 years he's going to be a terrific ball player.
And you got a guy in Jamarcus Russell who certainly has the arm to get him the ball. Whether or not he's a great route runner, we'll find out. And then, of course, you mentioned Crabtree, and he slipped a little bit. He fell to the 49ers at number 10. Why do you think he slipped?
I think character, quite honestly. I mean, it has nothing to do with the injury, but a lot of teams who interviewed him really didn't like the guy. So he started to fall, and I tell you what, it says a lot when he falls past Oakland and gets to San Francisco. But San Francisco got themselves a big-time playmaker. I think they're going to have to kind of rein this guy in a little bit, but there's a need there also. They really have nobody on the outside. I mean, Ike Bruce was their leading receiver last year. Turns 37.
Yeah, he also fell past Jacksonville at 8, who took a tackle, Eugene Monroe. Right. Okay with that?
Yeah, I am, because Trey Thomas they got in free agency, but Trey Thomas is an old and kind of broken down tackle. He had trouble with the bull rush last year. I think you need to go for a young offensive tackle, especially in that situation where they run a lot. I like it.
And then, of course, Matt Stafford was the number 1 pick, and it's all started on Friday night. And Clark, you know, there were people in Detroit and, of course, all over the league that thought maybe they should have gone either the tackle or linebacker. And everybody, yeah, like me, and everybody at Radio City Music Hall booed the pick. It's going to take some time for that to play out.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you go after the most important position. That's quarterback. They got the best quarterback in this draft. Yeah, you could have gone for Jason Smith, but I think they did well with Matt Stafford. You're right. It'll play itself out, but he's going to start this year. At some point, he's going to start. All
right, we'll see how it all plays out the rest of the draft. And for more on the first day, be sure to check back the videos here on CBSSports.com and individual teams as well. For Clark Judge, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.